Hi there, it's Jen from modernmedicinelady.com and the Empathic Woman System, and the word of the day is forgiveness. Now, a lot of times when I talk about forgiveness, I'm talking about forgiving other people and about how forgiving other people sets us free, and how it's not even as much about letting the other person off the hook as it is about us being free from the resentment and the grudge and the stories we tell ourselves and all of those negative feelings. As a matter of fact, I personally believe that forgiveness is not about somebody no longer being accountable, or when something was wrong, it suddenly being right, or basically letting somebody off the hook for something that they really need to be held accountable to. What I believe forgiveness does is that it allows us to let it go, to let the past be the past, and to accept that something has happened, that it is water under the bridge now, and it's okay for us to stop keeping a tally of everything that we resent and are frustrated about and just carrying all of that negative, bitter emotion. For me, forgiveness is about releasing the stuff that's in me. It is not necessarily about the fact that the other person was not wrong. And what I have found is that practicing forgiveness is a remarkable tool for personal growth and healing, because so often when I am not forgiving somebody, what happens is I get locked up in the story, I get locked up in the past, I get locked up in sort of keeping a toll on whether or not they've gotten theirs. And it keeps me anchored. It keeps to a place that I don't need to be anchored to, and it keeps me from being able to move forward, and it keeps me from being able to accept all of the goodness that this universe has to offer me. So I really do feel that forgiveness is one of the most powerful things that any of us can be practicing on a regular basis. Now, the thing is that while often there are people we need to forgive and situations we need to forgive, I think more often than not, the person who needs our forgiveness the most is actually ourself. And that maybe it's not some really huge thing, but chances are, if you started thinking about it, you could find something that you would find fault about in yourself. Something that you're like running a story about in your head as like, oh my God, if I had only done this, 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 and this differently, or wow, I really screwed that up, or wow, I'm really not making the right choice about XYZ, or I don't love my body the way it is, or I don't love my life the way it is, or whatever it is, that there's something where we are generally often going to have some piece of ourselves that we can go into and have a hard time forgiving or accepting. And I was working with a client a little while ago, and we were working on this self-forgiveness about something that they had done a long time ago. It was an honest mistake. It was something that was understandable at the time. And yet, they'd been carrying it around and punishing themselves about it for a really, really long time. And it had been affecting their happiness, it had been affecting their body, it had been affecting all kinds of aspects of their life. And yet they were having a very hard time believing that they could forgive themselves. So I asked them the question, if this was another person, would you be able to forgive them for this? And their answer was in a heartbeat. Immediately. I can totally understand that. I would be able to see that they made a mistake and they deserve forgiveness, and I would totally let it go. No problem. So then I asked them, so does your higher power forgive you? Do you believe that God has forgiven you for this? And they were like, absolutely, not a doubt, no question. And so I said, so if you could forgive other people for this, and you believe that your higher power has completely forgiven you for this, then why don't you deserve to forgive yourself for this too? Can you be open to the possibility that it's okay, that you are worthy of this self-forgiveness? And so we just sort of felt into that for a while, tapped into that for a while, and with that awareness that as an empathic person who is capable of profound love and compassion, they could feel that love and compassion not only for other people but for themselves, and that it was okay after all these years to let it go and to forgive themselves. So my question to you right now is there something that you could forgive yourself for? Is there some nagging detail that's in the back of your head that you keep on replaying over and over and again in your head about how you could have done it differently? And can you forgive yourself? Can you let it go? Can you take some time and just honor the path that you've been on, the mistakes that you've made, and allow it to be okay? So even though I did the best I could, I made this mistake because I didn't know any better. I didn't know what else to do. Whatever it is, I forgive myself. I deeply and completely love and accept myself, and I am worthy of this forgiveness. It is safe for me to let this go. Just really allowing it to be okay. So I would love to hear what you have to say about all of this. Please leave a comment below. And until next word of the day, I am wishing you peace. I am wishing you ease. And I am wishing you the healing, soothing power of forgiveness in your life. So, in the meantime, please go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jennifer Moore, Modern Medicine Lady, and also, I will be eternally grateful for your help to get this video out into the world. So please like it, please share it, and please pass it along to other people who would find it useful. Thank you so much, and until tomorrow, peace.